Ndị be anyị kenekwanụ m unu. Anyị sị ka nkonye chiri ya zerụkwa. Anyị sị n'ụbọchị nketa mara na anyị mma na ihe adị ka echi na echi ada agwụ agwụ. Otu anyị kwuru ya, otu akọ ya dịrịrị. Ise ise ise. Anyị dịka o si dị ya bụ Easter News 24 ka anyị si wee wetara ya bụ ozizi n'ụbọchị uhuruchi nketa gbasata maka ya bụ ife na-eme n'obodo nọ n'ime ya. Ndị nwere onwe ndị Igbo na-azọ n'iru akwụkwọ. Dịka o si dị, anyị wetara n'ozi one of the Biafran activists wetara n'iru akwụkwọ. Quote: Biafran Prime Minister Simon Ekpa's appeal court update. The Biafran Deputy Prime Minister Dr. Ngozi Orabueze give a shocking update to the Biafrans concerning PM Simon Ekpa and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Here they do in details. All right, quick one. Also update. This is according to the Biafran activist with the Bozi. The key gets before Kabaru Keria telephone.
So Biafrans will not be moved. Our Onyendu Nnamdi Kanu was unlawfully kidnapped from Kenya by the Nigerian state. And they lock him up in the DSS dungeon today for nothing except he wants to stop the colonization of the Biafra territory by the Nigerian state, where Nigeria milks the oil, the natural resources of Biafrans, ship it abroad to Britain. They use it to better the life of their people, build the best hospitals for their people, build the best railways, build the best roads, internet services. While the Biafran people, where that natural resource comes from, are languishing in abject poverty without any standard hospital, no healthcare system, no internet services, no railway, no international airport, nothing. We have stopped it. It is our task to stop that colonization by Britain and the Fulani hegemony on the territory of Biafra land. So we thank Onyendu. We also want to use this opportunity to thank our Prime Minister, His Excellency Simon Ekpa, who is the reason for the season. Because of him, we are where we are today. Because of him, we have secured the independence of the United States of Biafra people. Because of him, we are protecting our land every single day. Because of him, Biafrans are free people. Because of him, we have stopped the colonization of Biafra land, of the Biafra territory, by Britain and the Fulani terrorists in Biafra in Nigeria. Thank you so much, His Excellency, our Prime Minister, Obato dear Simon Ekpa. We appreciate you. We honor you. We revere you. As many of you are aware, again, the Nigerian state, in their normal nature, colluded with Finland to take away our Prime Minister, trumped up all different frivolous charges, colluded with Nigeria in the quest for Finland to redeem their economic power that is already failing, their economy that is already failing by the second. How do they redeem that? They collude with Nigeria's President Tinubu and Christopher Musa. If you surrender Simon Ekpa, we will give you this Lekki contract. We will give you some contracts inside Nigeria. The Finland Foreign Affairs categorically, in all social media, openly said that Simon Ekpa is hindering the bilateral relationship between Finland and Nigeria, and they must stop that. How did they try to stop that? By arresting Simon Ekpa and tagging him a terrorist or terrorist financier or sponsoring terrorism, whatever. With the other innocent Biafrans that Finland arrested and went on a fishing expedition. At the end of the day, they discovered these are innocent Biafrans that are fighting for their freedom. We are freedom fighters. We are people that do not want to be colonized anymore. The law to stop colonization is an international human rights law. It is under the United Nations law. No people want to be colonized. And any people that are colonized, you are empowered to use everything possible to stop the colonization. That was exactly what Nnamdi Kanu did. That's exactly what Simon Ekpa did. And that is what exactly we, the people of Biafrans, have done. Declaring our independence on November 29, 2024 in Latin Finland. When over 50 million Biafrans have voted, both at home and abroad, to exit the enclave called Nigeria. And we all gathered in Finland. Over 500 Biafrans voted to exit the terrorist state of Nigeria because we are backed up by that humanitarian law, by the United Nations charters, by other organizations, including African Union charters, that said a people have the right to choose who is going to lead them. A people have the right to self-determination. That is why the restoration and protection of the United States of Biafra is going through the legal process as we speak. So we thank our Prime Minister. Our Prime Minister is not a terrorist. All of us are aware of that. Simon Ekpa is a sound politician in Finland. He has helped the political party in Finland to build Finland in his own little way. In the Finland Transportation Department, our Prime Minister, His Excellency, is a member in that board that make decisions to make Finland a better place. He is not a terrorist. But Finland thinks they can get the resources, the oil, the gas, whatever they want on the blood of innocent Biafrans. And we say no to that. That was how Finland colluded with Nigeria and decided to be the person that would judge the case for Nigeria. So Finland judged a criminal case on behalf of Nigeria. Highly illegal. A one-sided judgment that never addressed all the human rights abuses by the Nigerian state, all the killings of innocent Biafrans by the Nigerian state, all the forceful disappearances of innocent Biafrans confirmed by organizations like the Amnesty International, the European Human Rights Commissions. Finland never addressed that during the trial of our Prime Minister. All they did was to present a one-sided report from a pariah state, from a terrorist state. The evidence they got from a terrorist state that does not obey human rights, that does not obey the rule of law, that their evidence cannot be trusted in any law of God, any court of law, internationally and locally. That was what Finland relied on to judge this case and say our Prime Minister is a terrorist. And we, all Biafrans, are terrorist financiers. Why? Because we do not want them to continue to milk our oil resources, ship it abroad to their globalist friends, to their sponsors, while our people languish. That was all, nothing more. So Finland went on this shambolic trial where you said Oh, our prime minister was involved in a terrorist organization. Who declared we Biafrans as terrorists? Finland didn't produce that evidence. For an organization to be declared a terrorist organization, there must be proof. There must be research. There is a particular body that is termed to declare a group of people a terrorist body. Finland didn't do that. So who gave Finland the right, the audacity, the power to declare Simon Ekpa a terrorist, to declare Biafrans as terrorists? That was what Tinubu and Christopher Musa told you, and you think it can stand in any international court. No, we are going to appeal this. Not just in Finland, in different international bodies across the world. We are going to let Finland know you cannot continue to partner with a terrorist state like Nigeria and destroy Biafrans with your lies. You can't do that. We're not going to allow you to do that. You cannot judge a case that is just one-sided. It was easy for you to say, oh, the prime minister did this. He engaged with these people. Those people are called terrorists. Well, where have you presented thousands, all the report that the prime minister Simon Ekpa submitted to you, Finland, about the human rights abuses, the killings of innocent Biafrans? He submitted this to you, Finland. Did you ever address that during the case of Simon Ekpa? No, you did not. You decided to sweep it under the rug. You were more interested in protecting Nigeria in Finland than doing your job as a free nation to report all the killings that Simon Ekpa has reported to you. You never reported it to the European Union Human Rights Commission. You did not report it anywhere. We are looking for those reports that Simon gave you, that you submitted to the European Union. You know you didn't submit anything. When you have all that report, you could have prevented all these killings of innocent Biafrans by making a formal report to the European Union Human Rights Commission and bringing Nigeria to question. No, you didn't do that. You were in your comfortable enclave, your comfortable house, your comfortable court in Finland, saying Simon Ekpa encouraged people to be independent. He influenced people. He's doing that. You were in your comfortable court saying Simon Ekpa is engaged in a terrorist people. Where is the evidence? Where is the evidence? If you said that he did this, you just went to Twitter and put all the information, the one that will please you. So what happened to all those information still on Twitter? Ekpa has shown all the killings of innocent Biafrans. He has shown it to the world. Finland, you didn't do that. You just went to his Twitter space or his Twitter page and you just pulled the few informations, manipulated the story, pull the information that fits your narrative and the narrative of the Nigerian terrorist state. Why didn't you pull all those informations where our people are being murdered by the Nigerian state, where our people are being kidnapped by the Nigerian state, where our homes are being burnt, where the Nigeria is invading our land, killing our people, taking them away, extorting money at different checkpoints in Biafra land, and if people refuse to give them money, they kill them. Why didn't you Finland? Why didn't you pull the same information? It was on his Twitter page too. No, you couldn't do that because of your criminality. You just went in and pulled, oh, Simon Ekpa said this, Simon Ekpa said that, Simon Ekpa did this, Simon Ekpa did that to please your narrative with Nigeria, right? And you think you've won, right? To label an innocent man a terrorist. And you left the Nigerian state that has a policy to reintegrate and rehabilitate non-terrorists. It is a policy. It's not just a mere statement. This is a policy of Tinubu and Christopher Musa. You did not address that. But you label an innocent man a terrorist financier or engaging in terrorist activities. And you think you're going to sleep peacefully? No, you will not. Until you correct this injustice. And you need to correct that immediately. Immediately. You will correct that. We will make you correct it. I promise. You know who the terrorists are. You know the country that has been declared the most dangerous place in the world for Christians to live. It is Nigeria. Don't you read? Your lawyers in the court, don't they have this information? Your judges, I believe they do. But your motive is more. It's not just about the right. It's about the economic gain you need from Tinubu and Christopher Musa, right? The world knows that. We all know that. You didn't address any of that. You didn't address all the human rights abuses. You didn't address all the killings. You didn't address thousands of innocent Biafrans locked up across different cells in Nigeria, in the DSS dungeon, in their police stations, in their military barracks. You did not address that. All those evidences, your judges, your lawyers that tried Simon Ekpa, none of you didn't address that. You just did a one-sided case. And you say you sentenced your sons and your fathers to 6 years, 2 years plus jail. And you want decent people to believe that nonsense. You want decent people to believe this shambolic trial. Nobody, everybody, the world knows that Simon Ekpa is not a terrorist. You, Finland, is the one encouraging terrorism by supporting Nigeria state that reintegrates non-terrorists into the country. Give them AK-47, hire them into the military and the police to sack indigenous communities in Nigeria, to sack indigenous communities in Biafra land, to kill indigenous Nigerians and to kill indigenous Biafrans. That is what you, Finland, has done. That is what you have done. You colluded with the terrorist state. You will continue to go down. It's a promise. You will not recover from this. You still have time to make amends quickly. So we remember our Prime Minister, like we said, we're going to appeal, and we will continue to use everything within our power, allowed by both international and local laws, to make sure that nobody hurts any Biafran and get away with it. We will use our power to protect our land. Currently, Nigeria is occupying a foreign land. We have declared our independence on November 29th, 2024. As we speak right now, the terrorist state of Nigeria, supported by Finland, is currently occupying Biafra land. So Finland, you need to tell them to leave. We have a distinct map of the United States of Biafra land. They must leave our land. Finland, you must tell Nigeria to leave Biafra territory now. If you truly want that peace, which you're talking about, or the legal way to get it, which you think PM was not doing, which you think Finland did, when you fought for your own independence from Russia, you did it the legal way, right? Legal. Because you want to get economic gain from Nigeria. That legal way you did is no longer legal way for Biafrans, right? We know all that game, and I'm telling you, you're not going to get away with it. So we remember our Prime Minister. Do not be moved. For that, which you say we got. We will appeal. I want to use this opportunity to thank all the cabinet members of the United States of Biafra for what you do privately and publicly to make our nation one of the best in Africa and by extension one of the best in the world. I thank you all. I thank the United States of Biafra Defense for what you do every single day to ensure that you protect our land and you protect our people We must protect our land and our people from the reintegrated terrorists hired by the Nigerian state. That their major aim is to protect the Fulani terrorists. And when I saw Finland is also engaged in protecting Fulanese, most of us, we laughed. Finland, you lost it.
That man is crazy.
The Fulani terrorists that invade every indigenous state of Nigeria, take over people's farms, destroy their economic means, burn our homes, butcher people. Why do you think Nigeria has been proclaimed the most dangerous country in the world for Christians to live? It is because of the Fulanese and the terrorists they breed. Finland, you don't know this, right? You are fighting for Fulani terrorists. We will see how this game is going to end. I want to also thank the 40 state governors in Biafra land and your commissioners for what you do every day to ensure that we protect our land from these marauders, from these terrorists parading with Nigerian military and police uniform in our land. And again, all of you, those people that has been in the process of trying to fight Biafra, to stop Biafra, we know your fathers did it, your grandfathers did it, some of your children are doing it, but we know by the minute you are reducing. We know some of you, we know what you do every day. We know how you write petitions. We know how you collude. We know how you pretend to be fighting for Biafra. We know how you pretend to be Biafrans. We know the petitions you send, how you send them. You've been doing this for the past 15 years. We are tracking every single thing you write, and we know the table where it's going. I'm telling you, this time around, you are not going to be successful. That which your grandfather did and passed on to your father, and now they pass it on to you. And you are, some of you are on this place where we are doing fundraising, and you have continued to do that. The same pattern. You think you write petition against Nnamdi Kanu. You have a template they gave you. Keep saying Nnamdi Kanu is a terrorist. Keep saying this. Then you pass it on to Finland. Keep saying Simon Ever. You keep reporting. We know where they're reporting. Now you come to America. We have seen some of them. We see some of them. It is a pattern. But I told you. Not in this last case. So you need to go and learn something else. Because that same tactics you've used for Nnamdi Kanu, you've used for Simon Ekpa, you're trying to use for Dr. Orabueze has been exposed. And I'm telling you, this battle, you're not going to win it. It's a promise. So I thank all the state governors. Continue to protect your land. Continue to ensure that the terrorists that are brought in by the Nigerian state, they leave our land. I also want to use this opportunity to thank all the heads of the missions, different departments, for what they do. I want to thank our private lobbyists and our attorneys that are doing marvelous job by the second, by the day to protect our land. I'm thanking our supporters and our allies privately that help us, continue to help us in the area of guidance in building our nation. Thank you all so much. Biafrans, as you are fully aware, we got our survival whistle. Over 5 million copies of our survival whistle have landed in Biafra land, and some have been distributed. And those states that already got their own distribution, we know that you will continue to do the needful. The trainings are still going to be ongoing. I think with survival whistle department, they're going to briefly talk to us because they are right here on more guidance on how the 40 state governors and all the state commanders are going to be able to get their survival whistle. The essence of the survival whistle is to make sure we save the life of Biafrans. This is the first time in the history of actually Nigeria that people have devised a means to help them to be alive. Apart from all the other things we are doing, which is not something we are going to be talking here. But the survival whistle is a means to alert other Biafrans, your sisters, your brothers, your mothers, your fathers, that you are in danger. Thousands of innocent Biafrans have been taken away by the Nigerian state to the point where they cannot even call for help. They clamp them down, they arrest them, they handcuff them, they throw them inside their vehicles and they drive them off. We never see them anymore. All Biafrans must get the survival whistle. It is like your kitchen, the key to your office or the key to your business, to your market. Put it in your key holder. You will need it. It becomes very handy. This is one of the ways we are going to use to save Biafrans from elimination, from annihilation by the Nigerian terrorist state. Right now, we've told Nigeria to leave our land. They are still in our land. We will make them leave. They must leave our land. The survival whistle is safe to use. And again, when we say that the Nigerian state, the Nigerian terrorist state, use fellow Biafrans to fight Biafrans, Biafrans have already seen that trend. They've seen that trend. And they will continue to do everything possible to create chaos, to create this confusion. But we've been through so much. Unless those Biafra have not really been following. Any genuine true Biafra that followed Onyendu Nnamdi, that followed our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, you cannot be surprised with the deceit by these agents of the Nigerian state that call themselves Biafrans everywhere, causing chaos. We've already defeated them. I promise you that. So our survival whistle is very safe. Our survival whistle have a purpose. You must use it as needed to save your life. To save your life. Our survival whistle is one of the best things that have happened to us. The wicked criminals, if they have a way to stop it from arriving Biafra land, they would have done that because they work with the legitimized governors to stop every good thing we are doing. But let them know that this time around, where their intelligence stops is where mine begins. The highest intelligence they have in the world, where it stops, that is where my elementary starts. It is a promise. It's a promise. What they don't know is bigger than them. They were shocked. They were shocked when our survival whistles started hitting the ground, started the distribution. They were surprised. Just like they were surprised when we declared the independence in Finland, they will continue to be surprised. That's why we don't talk. We do not talk. The time for talking is over. The time for talking is over. We don't talk no more. We will allow them to continue disgracing themselves on social media. It don't move nothing. What do they know? What do they know? That same template Tinubu and Christopher Musa gave them is the same thing they are using. But they don't know that template has been trashed. We've relegated that. Where we are, what we are doing, where we are going, they have no clue, and they will never. They will continue to be in turmoil. They will continue to be in constant problem, in constant fear, in constant anxiety. They will continue to be there. I tell Biafrans, while we are sleeping and having fun, Biafra will be coming. We are not going to move ourselves. We are not going to shake ourselves. While we sleep, Biafra is coming and fully restored. Fully. So, on that note, I think that's all I have to bring to the notice of Biafrans. One other thing I wanted to let Biafrans know is that our Prime Minister have ordered Dabiri, Elias, and Ogekere to withdraw the suit they have in Washington, D.C. against my humble self and the United States of Biafra cabinet members. The Prime Minister didn't order that suit. The Prime Minister have instructed them to withdraw that suit. It's like they've refused to withdraw the suit. And then Biafra, the question is, who is Elias and Dabiri working for? Because he doesn't have that intelligence to go to court. I mean, when you look at people, you know what people can do, you know. So it is not about the case here, Wakamo case. You have to ask the Elias and the Dabiri that the Prime Minister have instructed to drop that case immediately. Who are they working for? They say that our Prime Minister is the chief executive of everything, both Greeky, both USB, everything. At this point, our Prime Minister is in charge. And the person you all say is in charge, I've given you order. Withdraw this case immediately. So let's see if they will do in the next few days. We are watching, trust me, we are following them bumper to bumper. But if the Prime Minister have given that order, and the Dabiri and Elias, the so-called lobbies romancing those they're romancing with the agency that is sponsoring them. If they have refused the orders of our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, therefore you need to ask them, who are they working for? Which agency are they working for? But we will stop them. It's a promise. It's a promise. The person they are parading, what are you? Over here, over there. So, nothing to worry about. Nyama, Monday is here, over here, over there. We don't go for the small fishes. No. Thank you so much, Bandy. I hand it over to you on that note. Thank you so much.
Thank you for touching on.
Yeah, Biafra. Yeah, Superstar Media. Tell me about Biafra. We going back to the motherland. Tell me about Biafra. I wanna know. Tell me about Biafra. We going back to the motherland. Tell me about Biafra. I wanna know. We going back to the land. We going.
Ndị banyị ngwadalụli nne nkunu si wee na-esoro anyị n'iru akwụkwọ n'ụbọchị uhuruchi nke taa. Ka efi were ekwu gbasịta maka ebe ihe Biafran Chief of Staff kwuru n'iru akwụkwọ bụ Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. Gịnị ka i were ekwu n'ụdị nke gị gbasịta maka ebe ife ndị a niile nọ okwu n'iru akwụkwọ? Drọpụọla ya alụ gị, drọpụọla ife iche n'ụdị nke gị ka a mara ife iche, your own reaction gbasịta maka ebe ife na Eastern News 24 webe anyị si were wetara onye bụ ozi. Ọzọ dị ka ịbịa bụ tụsakwa ya bụ ozi ka ụmụnne anyị dozi n'ebe dị iche iche wee marakwa ife na-emenụ and wee mara the update on the latest development on Biafra Republic government in exile. Daalụ rinne na ụmụnne m.